a lot of recent movies and series came out on Netflix and stuff indicates as well, like some artists who committed suicide and some artists they just quit music and stuff, and just it's no longer that place that I grew up in, and I enjoyed. It became very
Is that
dark.
because of you?
And this is why I wrote a book.
Yeah.
This is the first time. Yes, it's gonna come out in end of February. It's about behind the scenes of how the music industry work.
Wow. So you say
2
it's
months
got
ago.
dark.
And it's
What-
funny
what
enough
do you mean by
that
that?
he is part of a company. It got dark in a sense of people became robots, became a tool rather than artists.
And that's
So
part of your new
artists
kind of
got
work with
abused heavily
investing.
in
Yeah.
the industry.
So share a little
whether
bit maybe into
regionally,
that. What
globally,
is it you're exactly doing now?
Some of them
So-
succeeded in getting out of it in a way, branching out and tapping into other sectors and other industries. And they kept doing their music, but it wasn't like 100% how they wanted to see their life going. So, I understand music has always been like that, or maybe every industry has been very hard on people. But when you are one person with a very big fan base, you are not allowed, I'm going to try to use the right words, but you're not allowed to just quit like that. You're not, if you are on a contract with a company and you have a very major fan base, these companies will make sure you would stay there. If you're depressed, sick, I don't know what, nobody cares. You have to come out on stage and do your thing and sell whatever you're selling and just go back home and be miserable. So, and
That
I'm
sounds
like,
inhumane.
yeah.
And
A
so
lot
you
of
witnessed this
and
firsthand
I
a lot?
I have, of course, I've been in rooms where I was part of the problem as well, like being an artist manager, and an artist backstage would tell me I cannot do this show. For me it wasn't in my books. No, you have to go and do the show. We got paid for it, so there's the letter no, basically, the word no. So that was a major problem. When I had my music label, I did things that were not cool, just to push artists or employees or whatever, because I have a vision or whatever. Yeah.
So did you find that you were
again, a
questioning
company I
yourself
use
in these times?
big time, yeah, of course, because I was a musician myself, and the reason why I moved from being a musician, because at some points I felt I didn't want to do a gig or I didn't want to do a show, but yet I just
The
show up
companies you're
and do the
working
thing.
with are not even in the music industry
I
anymore.
cannot say no because there's contracts and there's money on the table and whatever, and you want to survive. But yeah, when I became an artist manager, and later on somebody who was running a couple of companies in the industry, I was much harder and much I would say uglier in terms of how I deal with people, so I lost my way.
Yeah. And did you feel that at the time? Were you aware of that?
Depressed me.
Yeah.
When I left the music industry, I had to stay for 4 months reflecting on what happened and what went wrong and how I can fix it, or how can I be a better person. So, and it reflected 15 to 20 years of me, being whether a good person to somebody or a harsh person to another person. So it's all shaping up, or how you shape up in life. I always try to be the good person, but in certain points you would not realize that you're not the good person until you're out of it. So yeah, that's the reason why I shifted, is because of this, because I wanted to make decisions that does not affect other people. So I'm in a position now where every decision I make, it will reflect only on me. It doesn't involve the people surrounding, and not to forget, artists and musicians are the most emotional people.
I have many friends that are artists. I love them. It's great.
They're amazing, but as soon
Yeah.
as you scratch their, feelings, they're scarred. They're scarred. forever, you know. So yeah, that's how I just didn't see it, and it's in my book now.
Yeah. So tell us about the book. What are you uncovering in the book?
So I haven't put a date yet, but I've been saying I'm gonna drop it in February. But it's my whole career experience in how the music industry work. So there's a lot of factors in the industry that artists don't understand on how they get their how they get their money, how they get their royalties, why their digital numbers don't make sense versus the income that they bring into their banks. Why do they have to actually give all these contracts to actually people who are like lawyers before you sign, because 85% of artists, they don't read their contracts, guaranteed. So it takes them to places where they become slaves to whatever contracts they're signing, and we go to the place where you are forced to do a tour. There's no, I'm tired, I want to skip one day, I want to take a holiday. It's not part of the books. So it's everything. Look, there's a lot of books out there. The internet is a very big place where you can just understand, learn, and develop skills when it comes to music. And and everything you read is a happy place. Every article you read, every book you read is a music industry is a happy place. How you learn to play guitar, or how you learn I don't know what, how you become a very good artist, it's all happy places, which is not bad. But versus how many books actually talk about the music industry and how it's moving, 1%, you know. And you can only do this when you're not in the industry.